Most people think having $1 million saved for retirement means you've made it. That's the benchmark, right? The number that supposedly guarantees comfort, safety, and the freedom to stop working whenever you want. And let's be clear, $1 million is a lot of money. Despite what some people say online, mostly people who don't have it, it's not nothing. But here's the part that almost nobody realizes. Very few people actually get there. And I don't mean net worth. I don't mean counting your house, your car, or that old business idea you swear is worth something. I mean real retirement savings. Money specifically set aside to fund life after work. If you strip everything else away and look only at retirement accounts, the number of people with $1 million drops off a cliff. Before we dig into the data, quick pause. If this kind of conversation is useful, help a duck in a suit spread the word. Subscribe. It helps more people see this before it's too late. Alright, let's talk numbers. According to the Federal Reserve, the median retirement savings for all American households is about $87,000. That means half of households have less than that saved for retirement. Even among people in their late 50s and early 60s, the group closest to retirement, the median is only around $185,000. That's not even in the same universe as 1 million. A lot of people feel financially secure because they own a home, sometimes even outright. And that does count for something. But when you isolate what actually pays your bills after you stop working, the money that can generate income, most people have far less than they think. Here's where it gets shocking. Roughly 7% of Americans are millionaires by net worth, counting everything they own. But only about 2.6% of Americans have $1 million or more saved specifically for retirement. Let that sink in. Out of every 100 people, only 2 or 3 have reached 7 figures in the accounts designed to support them after work ends. That's it. And to be fair, being a net worth millionaire, even if much of it comes from home equity, is still an achievement. It usually reflects years of stability and discipline. But there's a critical difference between wealth on paper and money you can actually live on. $1 million locked inside your house is valuable, but it doesn't buy groceries unless you sell, borrow, or downsize. It doesn't pay monthly bills unless you convert it into income.
That distinction matters more than most people realize. Now, let's look at why this gap gets so wide. One reason is obvious. Consistency is hard. People lose jobs. They raise kids. They face medical bills. Life interrupts even the best intentions. Another reason is quieter and more dangerous. A lot of people spend to look successful instead of building the kind of wealth that actually lasts. Lifestyle inflation sneaks in slowly. Raises go to nicer cars, bigger homes, and higher fixed expenses. Nothing looks reckless, but investable wealth never has room to grow. And then there's time. Even with good habits, $1 million doesn't happen quickly. Someone contributing $500 a month at a 7% return needs most of a career to get there. Many people simply start too late, or stop too often. So the result is a country where the idea of a $1 million retirement is common, but the reality is incredibly rare, which raises a more important question. What does $1 million in retirement actually do for you? Because once you understand that, you'll realize why this number isn't about luxury at all, and why it's quietly becoming the new baseline for security. So what does $1 million in retirement actually look like in real life? Let's ground this in reality, not headlines. Using a conservative 4 to 5% withdrawal rate, a $1 million portfolio can generate about $40,000 to $50,000 per year before taxes. That's not yachts and private jets. That's groceries, utilities, insurance, and a roof over your head. Now add Social Security. The average benefit is around $1,900 per month, or roughly $23,000 a year per person. For a retired couple, that's close to $46,000 combined. Put those together, and a household with $1 million saved could be living on $86,000 to $96,000 per year. Comfortable? Yes. Luxurious? No. Secure? Absolutely, if you reached that number. But most people don't. Federal Reserve data shows that the median household aged 65 to 74 has only about $200,000 in retirement savings. To make that work, many rely on a mix of Social Security, small withdrawals, and part-time income. Retirement, for most, is leaner than the dream. This is why it's critical to understand the difference between being net worth rich and retirement-ready rich. Net worth counts everything you own, but you can't live off your car. You can't pay for groceries with furniture, and you can't easily turn non-liquid assets into monthly income without selling or borrowing. That's why liquid investments matter more than people think. Consider two people with the same $1 million net worth. Person A owns a $900,000 home outright and has $100,000 in savings. On paper, they're a millionaire. In practice, they still need a paycheck. Person B owns a modest home with $100,000 in equity and has $900,000 invested. Same net worth, completely different reality. Person B could likely stop working tomorrow. Same
number, different freedom. Homes can build wealth, but they don't compound like investments. Historically, stocks have doubled roughly every 7 to 10 years over long periods. A $1 million portfolio could become $2 million in about 7 years, and $4 million in 14 or 15, without adding another dollar. Homes, on average, appreciate closer to 4% annually. That's solid, but it doesn't multiply the same way. A $1 million home might be worth about $1.3 million in 7 years. Useful, yes. Transformational? Not really. So why does the $1 million mark feel so out of reach? First, not everyone contributes consistently. Life interrupts plans. Second, growth takes time. Compounding is slow at first and powerful later, but many people quit during the quiet years. Third, many Americans over-rely on their home or Social Security, neither of which was designed to fully fund retirement. There's also a mental block. People hear $1 million and think it's impossible through saving alone. And they're right. Contributions don't build the million. Time and compounding do. Even starting at 30, maxing out a Roth IRA with average market returns can get you there by 65. And even $500,000, paired with Social Security and low housing costs, can still create stability. That's the real lesson. $1 million isn't a finish line. It's not guaranteed freedom. It's the starting point of security in a world where longevity, healthcare, and inflation are real risks. What matters most isn't the headline number. It's how much of your wealth can actually generate income. Net worth is a useful gauge, like checking your car's oil. But retirement readiness is about the engine, cash flow, sustainability, and flexibility. The goal isn't to look rich on paper, it's to have money that shows up for you every month. And that's why so few people truly reach this milestone, and why understanding it early quietly puts you ahead of the curve.